Popcorn Moment brought to you by Boer Remodeling, B-O-O-H-E-R, BoerRemodeling.com. You need a place to eat that popcorn. A home theater would be the place, and Boer Remodeling are the people to call because they'll come in and they'll be like, okay, what are you looking to do? And then they'll talk to you. Explain what it is that you're interested in, what you're curious about. Here's the basement space, or here's the space that we'd like to renovate and turn to something special. Really be something great for the home. Bring the family together. That's what we love. And maybe for you, it's not the basement. Maybe it's the kitchen, or maybe it's a bathroom. Boer Remodeling has got you covered. Quality work on time with a service-oriented attitude. That's who they are. And they can create that kitchen the way you want it done. You're not moving. You want to be able to increase the value of your home, not only for what it might be worth when you go to sell it, but what it takes to live in it. Your value, that matters too. And the process that Boer Remodeling uses from just that initial consultation to the final construction, absolutely perfect. You're going to know everything happening every step of the way, and you're going to have the kitchen, the bathroom, that home theater, that renovation you've always wanted. And you are going to have a house you are thrilled to live in. You don't have to move. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. 852-5546 or online at Boer. B-O-O-H-E-R. B-O-O-H-E-R. I spelled that right. B-O-O-H-E-R. BoerRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's the story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn because there is more. This is one of those moments where you just feel good. Because I think in the world of the social medias, it's shot chaser. I think that's how it's described. This is Jared Bernstein. Jared Bernstein was part of Biden's economic team. And Jared Bernstein is a name you remember, but you might not be sure why. Don't worry. I will remind you. Jared Bernstein, of course, is on MSNBC, because who else is going to talk to this guy? And he's talking about tariffs. By the way, if I was invited on MSNBC like I used to be back in the day, I'd go on MSNBC and have the conversation. I'd be more than happy to do so. But nah, they don't call, which is okay. You know, it's we're all going to survive. But no one is listening except for the people who are desperate to only hear this one thing.
I am very sympathetic to a message that says we as Americans sometimes have to sacrifice for a bigger gain. I think that's 100% correct. That is not this. That is not this moment. This is Trump. You just heard the man stand up on the podium and say, every country is calling me and kissing my butt. That's the goal here. This is an authoritarian president who understands nothing about international trade, breaking the global economy so that he can get other countries to call him up and grovel.
Now, you could say that Trump likes it when these other countries call. He likes saying that other countries are calling and, oh, we want to make a deal. And he did say kissing his butt, but he didn't say but. That, you could say that you don't like that. But this is Jared Bernstein, former chair of the White House Economic Council, saying that Trump does not understand international trade. Well, in order to make sense of this, we need to go into the Wayback Machine. You know what I need, Producer Carl? I need like Wayne's World when they do the flashback, you know, that. Or I could just do it, I guess. I could just do it like that. For the people watching the live stream, they just got a show. This was Jared Bernstein trying to explain the printing of money. You've heard me play this before. That's how you knew the name. This is May of 2024. Same Jared Bernstein. Wait for him. He appears.
The U.S. government can't go bankrupt because we can print our own money.
It obviously begs the question, why exactly are we borrowing in a currency that we print ourselves? I'm waiting for someone to stand up and say, why do we borrow our own currency in the first place?
Like you said, they print the dollar. So why Why does the government even borrow?
Well, again, some of this stuff gets, some of the language that some of the language and concepts are just confusing. I mean, the government definitely prints money, and it definitely lends that money, which is why the government definitely prints money, and then it lends that money by selling bonds. Is that what they do? They sell bonds. Yeah, they sell bonds, right? Since they sell bonds and people buy the bonds and lend them the money. Yeah. So a lot of times, at least to my ear with MMT, the language and the concepts can be kind of unnecessarily confusing, but there is no question that the government prints money and then it uses that money to yeah, I guess I can't really talk. I don't get it. I don't know what they're talking about. Like, because it's like the government clearly prints money. It does it all the time, and it clearly borrows. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this debt and deficit conversation. So I don't think there's anything confusing there.
That's the guy who wants to tell you that Donald Trump doesn't know anything about international trade. If MSNBC wants to engage this conversation, they are more than welcome to do so. We did it here, but not with this guy. You don't get to put this guy on your television and say, look at the expert. Because in this case, expert can be spelled schmuck. You don't get to do it. Stop this. No, I'm not listening to him, and you shouldn't be listening to him. He has no idea what he's talking about. None. Anybody who trusts that man is going to go bankrupt. I would say that's a guarantee. But if you want to find out, you sell the bond, you buy the bond, you borrow the money, you print the money. He's got it all under control. Best of luck. Matt Barris.